Hi, welcome to our home. My name is Pam,
And I'm Catherine. Hi, welcome.
and we've lived here since 1998, and we moved here for several reasons. Um, we love the location, and it was about the only thing we could afford. And what else, Catherine?
The house was built in 1958,
Eight.
and we love the idea of aging into our home. So we have very few steps. We have one more to go in case we ever need not to have steps, but we like the idea of a small space, but also big enough outdoor space because we love to be in our garden.
As you see, we have a solar array. We first installed 6 panels in 2018 and then needed to increase when we got our second electric car. One thing we planned for was to wait to do that until we needed to re-roof. And at that time, we discovered that cool roof rating console shingles were available that help very much to reflect heat instead of absorb it. And here's a fun fact. When we cleaned our panels a few weeks ago in preparation for the tour, we realized, I checked it out online, that we're saving 5 kilowatt hours per day just from cleaning the panels. These panels have produced over a lifetime of 58 megawatt hours and really provide almost all of our needs. You'll notice that we have a lot of fruit trees here, and that's one thing that drew us to this home. Several families before we moved in had planted many fruit trees. They were Israeli couple that came from a kibbutz, and so our apricot, plum, peach, fig, they're all because of that family. And so we've added and have now a total of 19 fruit trees. From all our rain from the roof that goes in the downspout, it's all captured, goes underground and captured and slowed down in our rain gardens. And the sedges that grow here clean the water that comes off the rooftop. And then if it does overflow, there's a French drain that still slows it down instead of wasting the water to the pavement. We invite you in to see the features of our home where we did renovations over time to decrease our carbon footprint. And we did it over time because that's the way we could afford it. And we're just so happy with what we've got. Come on in. What we've been able to do over time is slowly replace our appliances. And the first thing I want to point out is our induction stove. I had no idea how wonderful it was until I watched the East Bay Green Home Tour and fell in love and just replaced it a few months ago. When we remodeled the kitchen, we put down natural flooring. It's a linoleum. It has a brand name of Marmoleum. And we put it, this is some kind of countertop that's got glass, recycled glass in it. Because this wall has been taken halfway out, the incredible, wonderful mini split heater and AC can serve this whole space. We have two more, one in the bedroom and one in an office. I can't tell you how incredible it is for the lack of blower noise and the efficiency of it. And because we have solar, we have literally paid $0 to PG&E for 2 years.
So we also like to utilize as much of our fruit as we can from the front yard. So these apples are going to turn into these dehydrated apples later today, we hope. And we made jam out of our apricots and plums this year, over 100 jars, which was a lot of work, but you get a little obsessed with not wanting to waste any of those beautiful fruits. This table is a repurposed barn door, I believe, and we got this many, many years ago at Wooden Duck in Berkeley. I'm not even sure if they're still here, but we love it.
This is our charging station for our electric car, which we really, really love this car. We've had it for quite a while. And during the pandemic, we also got electric bike for each of us, which we use a lot to run errands and also to have fun. This is our heat pump water heater, which we were lucky enough to replace before our old gas water heater was probably about to fail. It was so old. You'll notice that there's an outlet here for our last appliance that needs to be replaced from gas to, I'm going to get a heat pump dryer when we can afford it. And the permit to get this in, I also got permitted at the same time in preparation for that. We got amazing rebates back from the county of Marin that made this so much more affordable. I'd like to point out that this is our greywater system, that you'll see that this, when the lever is here, the water flows from the washing machine to the outdoors to water. There's 5 trees, citrus fruit trees out there that it waters. And when you want it to go to the sewer, put the lever up there. This is part of the heat pump that you saw on the inside, and this goes down into the crawl space underneath the house to the heat pump that's on the outside of the house on the other side. And this, you'll see, is a chimney, which we had walled off in the inside because we really don't want to ever produce particulate matter that is produced with burning wood. And this is one of the valves that you can see that comes where the water is supplied from the laundry greywater. This is an incredible oak tree in our backyard that provides life for so many birds. Over the years, we've had western screech owl 2 years in a row produce babies, and then we've had, even this year, we had barn owls nest there and produce 3 fledglings.
Well, thank you so much for visiting our home. We loved sharing all of our upgrades that we have done over many, many years.
We have made all these improvements to decrease our carbon footprint over the years. And that's what I want to encourage you to think about, how to plan ahead so that when you either have to replace an appliance or are ready to anyway, that you think about and contact rebate people, your neighbors that have made changes, so that you're ready to do it. We learn things every day. This has been incredibly important to us to make these changes for our health, but mainly to see what we can do to decrease the harm that comes from our old habits. Climate change is terrifying, yet when we focus on the changes we can make, we become hopeful.